This should be a good one. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into today. Welcome back to Sawmill, everybody. My name's Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry. We're out here bright and early on Monday morning, and we have to mill a bunch of 4x4s. I have to mill approximately 8 of them to complete an order for Highlander Farm. Now, not too long ago, I got a shipment in a bunch of maple that they were taking down, actually right around the corner up the street. A friend of mine was taking them down. They said, "Hey, can we just bring these logs to you? Do you want some maple?" I said, "Sure. Make them as long as you can." And they brought them over to me, and one log was different. It's this log that we have up here on the mill. And I'll show it to you in a second, because at first, when it was mixed in with the maple, I thought it was a white oak. I'll show you why I thought it was a white oak, but now I don't think it is. And I'm not sure what it is. So we're going to open it up. I had put it out here specifically to cut 4x4s out of it and for this order. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to bring you guys over. We're going to take a look at it, and then we're going to open it up and we're going to find out. So we'll show you what's up here. If you look at the end grain of it, and when it was mixed in with all the maples, I said, well, that's not a maple, that's a white oak. The color's just off. It just doesn't look right to me. The bark, as you can see, is all encased in this ivy. We're going to cut it just like that. And I can't really get a good look at the bark, but what I do see of the bark could go either way. You can get white oak bark that looks like this. The thing is, if it's not a white oak, I don't know what it is. It's not a maple. You see that nice brown center in the middle? It's a mystery. So what could it be? Well, if it's a yellow poplar, which I've got one sitting there, rainbow poplar, yellow poplar, sitting there leaning up like that. If it's a rainbow poplar, it's got the most consistent dark center and big dark center I've ever seen. And I don't think it's that. So other trees that we have in this area, like linden, it's not a walnut. We're going to dig into it, and hopefully once I get the top off it, if I can get a whiff of it, we can see what the center looks like. If I can get a whiff of it, I'll know if it's something I've cut before, because I kind of identify most stuff by smell and not by look, when you can't really tell, when you can't see the leaves. So we're going to get into it. So for full disclosure here, if I can't identify it, I won't cut it for a 4x4. I'm not going to give them something that's going to rot out in the ground. But we definitely going to learn something here. Let's fire up and see what we can do. I do have the log leveled. I'm going to have to remember to bring my tow board down afterwards, but we're going to learn a lot in the top here. I'm running the same Resharp Silver Tip Turbo 7 wood miser band that we were running the other day. I'll try and take a cut right here. I don't think I'm going to get deep enough to get to the heartwood. I might have to take a flitch off it after. It cuts. Well, we're gonna see as we get deeper into it. It almost smells like maple. So I'm at 14. I'm gonna drop down, take an inch off it. Separate way. Didn't even feel the wood. Whatever it is, it cuts really, really easy. goodness gracious. Huh. I'll bring you over here and show you this. It's not maple. Damn near looks like it's sycamore. Man, it's got a wicked red center to it. I'm going to take off one more flitch. Still pretty narrow on the top, so you guys get a better look at it. Really interesting. It's got like the reds, like a sycamore. Kind of looks a little bit, it's like a cross between an elm and a sycamore. It cuts wicked easy. It cuts so easy, it almost doesn't even load the band. Like the band goes through it like it's a wicked softwood. Oh, it's beautiful inside. Wow. I'm going to shut down. I'm going to show you this. It's pretty cool. Having a hard time with my cold smelling it. It's got a lot of browns and reds in it. I don't really know what it is. Good. Look at the grain. Look at how beautiful the browns and reds are. So the center is so bright. It's white like maple on the outside. The center, it's got that bright red line and then real brown in the middle. It's not walnut. I'm thinking it could be an elm. I can't smell. Smells a lot like sycamore. Well, let's get this really cool flitch off here and let's take you along for the ride. Let's mow the thing into a cant. See what we can see inside this thing. What in God's name could this possibly be? So I know one thing, it's not white oak. I do know that. So let's fire up, get her rolled. I'm going to roll it all the way over now. It went past where I needed it to be. Yeah, let's get that toe board all the way down. start taking her apart. Whatever it is, it'd be a real cool mantle probably. All the way down at 10 now. We cut mostly ivy on that pass. Come down at least to 9, probably closer to 8. Ivy gnat. There's a lot of clearance there. I need to come down and take probably one more flitch off it. I'm going to drop my stalks down here to do it. Come down to 8. All right, let's get her spun on her side. It's actually sitting pretty flat right there. Let's go ahead and take it apart right there. Kind of hard to tell where to take it. There's all this ivy on it. Sure is pretty stuff. Give you a better look at it in a minute. We get into a square. We're at, well, we take the 11 on this dimension. Gorgeous. It smells a lot like sycamore. Smells a lot like sycamore. Looks a lot like sycamore. So let's get her spun. Take top off it. The other side. Last of the ivy off it. It's too pretty to use for something stupid, so I'll just scrape it up and show you this cant. Got the pit straight in the center of it. It's nice and centered. Obviously, I still get some sapwood on it. I'm going to give her a little scrape off and show you guys this thing. And I'm going to have to do some research with it. And see if I can get somebody to take a look at the bark and let me know what this is. It's weird. It doesn't cut as hard as sycamore. It looks like sycamore, but man, is there a possibility that it's a box elder? The color looks really a lot like box elder. I've never cut one. I'll give you guys a good look and you guys can let me know what you think. You look at the colors, it almost looks like box elder. Is it red enough for that? Really cool grains. You know, obviously, it was a pretty healthy tree. It's got beautiful sapwood on it. I mean, if you like sapwood. I'm going to keep this in an 8x8. I'm not going to cut it any further because it would be an awesome mantle. I hate to just mow it into boards not knowing what it is. But it would be a cool mantle. I don't think it's hard enough for me to use for, well, I wouldn't use it for the ramps, the paver ramps, just because it's too pretty a log for that. I'm going to save it. I do have a turner friend who buys logs, whole logs for me. And maybe he'd be interested in this, especially the way that it's busted down a little bit. He could cut it into turning blanks, and it would be a really neat log. But anyway, this kind of derails my morning here. Look at the reds and how pretty it is. I mean, it's beautiful, gorgeous log. So I don't know how all this is going to splice together. It's kind of threw a monkey wrench in my program here because I'm really not sure what it is. I'm going to have to get the experts involved and see if I can get them to tell me what I got here. The guys that were taking these trees down, two of them probably wouldn't know what it is, but the other two that they were working with might. So I'm going to actually shoot them a text and ask them what else they took down, if they know if it's a box elder or what. I could pull some of the ivy off of one of the slab cuts and see if I can get a real good look at the bark, but the bark doesn't look like anything that I've ever seen. What the stuff I can see through it's really small, grainy, small like poplar. It's not a poplar. So I don't know. If you guys have any guesses, that ought to be awesome. You could throw a red oak up all day and say, "Oh, I don't know what this is," and just be a straight red oak. I don't know what this is, and you get every damn answer in the middle. Oh my God, it's hickory. Oh my God, it's walnut. Oh my God, you get every damn comment on the face of the planet. So I don't know. If you guys really think you know what it is, now be careful. You be careful. But if you really think you know what it is, comment down below and let me know what you think. Now, if you don't really know what it is, probably best not to comment. But I appreciate the watch. I got to get another log up here because that ain't going to be a 4x4. So I could actually make 4x4s out of that right now, which was kind of my plan, was to get it somewhere around 8 1/8 by 8 1/8 and see if I could mow 4x4s out of it. And that would make a nice chunk out of my order. But guys, this ain't the one. So thanks for the watch. There'll definitely be more videos up today. So, well, boys and girls, we have our answer. So the story about how this went was, as I was shooting video yesterday, I sent pictures of the mystery log to 4 different arborists to get their opinion on it. And I went through a little bit of a stage of cognitive dissonance. 2 of the arborists thought that it was elm, and 2 of the arborists that got back to me later in the day thought it was walnut. Because I thought it was an elm, I adamantly disagreed with the 2 arborists about walnut last night. And they gave me their reasons why they thought it was walnut. I am here to tell you I was wrong. So overnight last night, our nice, beautiful reds and all the other colors, in typical walnut fashion, all went chocolate brown. So this log is a small, little walnut. I've already sold this log, actually, what's left of it, just like it sits right here. But I wanted to I'm going to put this into the end of the video that I was already editing so that you have an answer. As I was sleeping last night, I said, I'm going to go out and look at it. And if it's a walnut, it's going to be brown in the morning. And it sure in the heck is. So it is a walnut. And that is the moral of the story. So thank you very much for the watch. Everybody who guessed walnut earlier on instead of watching to the end to find out, you were right. It's a walnut. And I hate the fact that it is. The reason being, if you've ever done anything like this with wood, where you can't see the bark and you can't see the leaves, and you go through log identification and wood identification and stuff like that. Whenever you have a dark wood, everybody says the same thing. Oh my God, it's walnut, even if it's not. And that aggravates me. So it aggravates me that I was closed-minded last night to the guys that were right. It doesn't surprise me on the guess of the guys that guessed like I did and thought it was elm. It doesn't surprise me at all based on the way it looked. The other guys, they looked at the pictures that I sent of the little bit of the picture I could get in the bark under the ivy, and they looked at the sapwood and they looked at it and they said, it's a walnut. And they were absolutely right. So thanks for the watch. Hope you guys are having a great day. I've got a white oak up on the mill that I have to mill off to complete the 4x4 order, and that'll be a separate video. I've got a ton of video to edit on that one. So hope you guys have a great day. And for now, it's Pirate Solutions out.